T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
Can you hear me? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. First of all, let me know how you lovely, lovely, sexy looking people are doing. I got some bad news. Some literally bad news. The city where I'm living in here in Ukraine, they're out of tonic. They're out of tonic. I'm not talking about baby formula. We're talking about tonic, right? So how can I make a Bahama Mama if there's no tonic? This is a real crisis. Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much. All of you, thank you. Sound is good. Thank you. Just remember, even though we don't have no tonic, we will still make some kind of Bahama Mama. I'm happy you are here. And remember, this stream is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
Only the sexy people. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first of all, we wanted to do the stream earlier, but you know what? This is just my time. We're still the littlest channel. I don't think if we're gonna move it down a few hours that it's gonna change a lot. I like this slot, and that's good for us. Furthermore, we are gonna go in and we're gonna talk about a few crypto news. What is really going on in the market? We are seeing some, a little bit of regulatory, administration work regarding the CBDCs also, but it is important because this will ultimately lead to mass adoption. So we like that. We're going to talk about geopolitics, and there are some major, let's say, things regarding geopolitics. And when I talk about geopolitics, I'm talking about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. I know that not many people talk about it, and that's why we talk about it here. China. You see, China is now exiting all their major oil and gas reserves in America, Canada, and I think even Australia. Why are they doing that? They're selling highly profitable oil and gas reserves. Remember, that's a very long-term investment when you get them. They just bought them, a few years ago. Usually you hold these assets for like 30, 40, 50 years. They're offloading them because they're scared. I don't know if they're scared, but they don't want to be imposed by US or NATO or Western sanctions. This is important for the overall market. So let's get started. And I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, but then please hit like, smash, subscribe, so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, and this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Arachi, and I'm the host of this little show. One more time. No, that didn't work, so we'll just make a quick transition. There we go. Boom. First things first, let's go in and have a look at the level of market manipulation. So what are we seeing here? I hope you can see it on your screen. We're seeing Bitcoin down. We're looking at the 15-minute because we want to see how the charts are correlating. And Bitcoin is up 2%. At 20,280 something. We got Ethereum up 1.5% at 1,145, and we got Cardano at 45 cents. I think Cardano has been at 45 cents the last 3 days, right? And we got Polkadot at $6.84. Always interesting to look at. I gotta say, interesting. Oh, you don't see me here. I'm here down in the corner. Look, can you see? I've been put in a little box down here. That's where I am now. It's always interesting to see. We're looking at the weekly for Bitcoin, right? And I still believe we're gonna see a little going up here, doing some kissy with the 7-day moving average. I am still. What could it be? It could be tomorrow. I think there's some FOMC meetings. You never know what's really gonna trigger it. But I do think that we could see some upturn, but I don't think we're gonna go above the 7-day moving average on the weekly. So simple, so simple. Let's see what we say on Ethereum. On Ethereum, it's basically the same. I don't think we are gonna. I still think we could go up. So this is for the day traders. Remember, we're long-term traders, long-term swing traders, right? So we buy low and we sell high. We average in and we average out. Now I do have to say that in case you really want to understand what is behind all these candlesticks and who's making the market and market liquidity, and if you are interested in really being a day trader, which I wouldn't suggest, but even if you do not want to, but just want to understand what's going on, please go and visit Tino. He's the best educator, the best YouTube channel when it comes to anything but technical analysis, because you can apply it on all markets.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation. Mad love and respect to every single one of you beautiful people.
There we go. I'm not gonna, do so much with the technical. I do just wanna show you here. We're just looking at Aave, right? I believe Aave is one of the big DeFi coins that's gonna be the market leader of tomorrow. And when we see here, it had its all-time high in May 21, and it was almost at 600 something, and we're down now at 61. You will see that this is kind of like this chart here, but these purple lines we don't need here on Aave. So here. It's very much everywhere the same, right? So we've gone up, we had a peak, we've been going down for quite a while, and then we kind of like exactly as you see here. I don't know if you want to use it as consolidation, you can use these levels as resistance or support. It looks a little bit similar to when you go in and you look on Bitcoin here around the 20,000. So let's see. I still believe we're going to go down furthermore, but I think that could take the next 3 months where we're going to go sideways, a little bit up and a little bit down. But ultimately, I think around 12, perhaps 8. I think that will be the bottom, and then I think we're going to turn around. So that is why did I show you Aave? Because there are a ton of good quality coins that really have taken a beating, and we know that. Anyway, let's go and have a quick look here at the watch list and what's going on. We're getting closer to 1 trillion again. That's good. So yes, I mean, I would say it's not very exciting what's going on at the moment, right? Especially also maybe we might see some coins going up a little and some going down, but let's be honest here. In the last few months, it goes up a little and then it goes down more, right? Up 1, down 2 to 3. So what I wanted to point out today, instead of going through this, I just wanted to show you some good opportunities where you can also do some staking, and I think that is good. Well, let's just scroll down and see here. It's good to see. First of all, I always like when we see a little bit of green, a little bit of red, and then we can see some are really, pumping, right? We got basic attention token up 12. We got curve. I mean, love curve. You know that, right? It's good to see that even on such days, there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of volume. And whenever the market pushes up a little, they seem to be, they're just waiting until they can take off when I talk about major DeFi. What else do we have? And down a little bit. And not so much. Are there some other big ones? Down 8 is not Terra. I mean, who cares about Terra these days anymore, right? That's gone. That's old news. Old news. Litentry up 12, good. Polkadot ecosystem. And yeah, so what I did want to just point out, Insure is up 16%. Remember, it's risky business, but it's very profitable. We're doing there something. So I wanted to show you and take you to, just to show you, Karura, right? The ecosystem, the DeFi ecosystem or the DeFi hub on Kusama. And Karura, they actually have some really, really nice opportunities if you go in there. So you go into the app and you go down to earn, and then you can provide liquidity. And I was looking at it. For example, if you were here, I hope you can see it. And let me just see if I should make it a little bit bigger. Provide Karura and AUSD, which is, AUSD is obviously the stable coin of the Polkadot ecosystem issued by Akala. 106% APR. Not bad, right? Not bad. I like that combination of altcoin and a stable coin, and I really do believe, I don't think that's going to happen the same to AUSD as I did to Terra. Then they got some other, interesting combinations, but I also like this one, which is, again, the stable coin AUSD with liquid Kusama, 98%. Also interesting, right? So, and then obviously there should also be one, which is two altcoins, which is Karura and liquid KSM, and you get 57%. Now, I think they're all good. I love the Polkadot ecosystem, so I just wanted to maybe point that out. And they got some other ones. You can also just do AUSD, KSM, yeah. Actually, from what I've seen here, you get better returns on Karura than you do if you go to Akala. But that's Akala is for tomorrow. I also wanted to show Kyling. Remember, we really like Kyling, and you can also stake there. You don't get as good of returns as you do on Karura, but remember, it's all about diversifying. So I thought, in markets like these, sometimes it's good if you can just take your coins, put them away in a staking position, and know that once the market's going to pick up, you got more coins in the right pocket, in the left pocket, and in the back pocket. And now let's go in and see what the chat thinks about all this. Time to chit chat and time to have a Bahama Mama moment. Bahama Mama. Oh. So who is here today? We got to cause my soul, brother Shahid meet. I mean, it's amazing. We got Dima, Tiger Man is here, and of course Ron Jeremy. Happy to see you, my friend. We got Maya Mushli, my first stream. Well, welcome to this stream. Lots of love to you, and let me know where you are from. Steve Brains, how you doing? And CryptoCurrency, and we got CRP to evening. We got Headram. Market cap will touch 700 billion. Let me just go in and see where we are. What did we say? Where we were? We are currently, and why do you think that 700 billion? So that's 200 billion from where we are now. Well, why not? Maybe that will be the 12,000, right? Interesting. How are you doing, Cod Bay? And Crypto Charlie is here, and Anti-Meet. Good to see all of you, and I love you. You know that. Now let's get into the boring part of today, but we need to. You know that. I did point out yesterday, I'm going to do it short. Remember, we were talking about this yesterday, Bitcoin's historical corrections, and I did want to point that out again today because I think it is important. So if we take the 2013 to January 2015, we can see that we had a high of Bitcoin of 1,163, and it went all the way down to $152. How long did that take? From the high in 13 until it reached its low in January 15, it took 14 months, and we saw altogether 86% from the high to the low. If we go back to 2017, when I had to, hold diamond hands because I had bought prior and I didn't sell on the top at that time. Well, I didn't. Thank God I didn't buy high and sell low. I bought low and didn't sell high, and then sold higher. But nevertheless, from December 2017, we saw Bitcoin almost reaching at 20,000, where we are basically now. But then it saw its low in January 2019 at 3,220, and that took also 14 months, and we saw a drawdown for 83%. Where are we currently today, in this current environment, we saw a high of 64,000 in October 2021. Now, 9 months later, we saw the low June 2022 of 17,700, 72%. That's why I think, as I also said yesterday, that we should get close to the 81%, and maybe, give it another couple of months. Well, that would take us to the 12,000. As I also like to point out, I have to repeat that. Remember, CBDCs is the big thing of, hopefully will never come, but it looks like it is the next big thing, and it will really launch or trigger mass adoption. So you can go into the Atlantic Council, and there you can actually go in for yourself and see all these countries that are launching and what they're doing, and in which stage in which stage they are. Some of them also let you know which underlying technology. But remember, if you follow this channel, you know exactly which underlying main technology of the CBDC is. Because the future of finance is being built right in front of our eyes. And it's being built on the blockchain. And I highly believe it's being built on the permissioned blockchain of Ethereum. Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. So we got a little bit of, as I told you, we got some regulatory news. So the Monetary Authority of Singapore, who were one of the first to work with consensus in order to test the CBDCs, and also with the Bank for International Settlements, which is the mother of all central banks. And they are considering placing limits on retail participation for crypto investors, as well as introducing rules on the use of leverage for crypto transactions. You see, and what is it? Since 2017, the Monetary Authority of Singapore has consistently warned cryptocurrencies are not suitable investments for the retail public. Most cryptocurrencies are subject to sharp speculative price swings. Why am I pointing it out? It is because what the CBDC will come with is 100% programmability. So that means that, they can just, it's very easy for them to, to dictate or implement rules and regulations far beyond what the limits are when it comes to leverage. Anyway, they're saying it is, of course, for our protection. We know that. Furthermore, also Bank of England, they're also calling for better protection in, isn't it lovely that we have all these government elected leaders that care so much for us, right? We know it's nothing but love when it comes from them. Lots of loving. Right. So what did the BOE call for enhanced crypto regulatory framework? We got to regulate. And they pointed out that the sharp drop-off in the market's value, which fell below. So now they're talking about the market cap that went from 3 trillion to 1 trillion. And therefore, stablecoins were then singled out as a requiring additional regulation, as some stablecoins held to be used for payments may not offer similar protection to central banks or commercial bank money. Now, this is another important thing, because obviously, it is a race. The current leaders or the current global financial system, they don't want a decentralized financial system, right? They want to keep it very centralized, and they want to keep it just a little bit more controlled than what we are seeing currently. So, of course, they will call for regulation and point out to the past mistakes that we have seen in the market, like Terra. That was obviously not good. But now, of course, they're saying, it's also funny. Some stablecoins held to be used for payments may not offer similar protections to central bank or commercial bank money. Central bank, they're the thieves of the world, but they don't hold protection. I love it how they all are concerned about us. What else can I say? It is now, I'm going to jump straight over to some geopolitical news, which is obviously has to do with Ukraine and Russia. Now, the main news here is, as you might have known, is that Finland and Sweden, they were all about getting into NATO. And today, actually, the ambassadors of the NATO member countries signed the protocols on the accession of Finland and Sweden to the alliance. So, the ceremony was held at the NATO headquarters in Brussels. And before signing the ceremony, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg called the event a historic moment for Finland and Sweden and NATO, and they emphasized that the alliance remains open to future members. Who are they talking about? Most likely Ukraine. Just remember yesterday, and when was it? Last week, Finland, they proposed to build a NATO, once they are part of NATO, they proposed to build a NATO base right next to the border of Russia. Yeah, why not? Why not? We really need, we need more war. That's what I'm thinking. I want to touch over to, and this is not here, to the article that I found, and I do actually think this should almost be the main topic of today. And that is PetroChina may sell overseas assets. And I don't think that this is just may. I think that this is very much ongoing. So in case you do not know, I think PetroChina is the biggest oil and gas company, one of the biggest in the world, right? But for sure the biggest in China. So what are they saying here? I mean, I think they are on it. Also, another thing is PetroChina was actually listed on the New York Stock Exchange. They had some problems. That was under Donald Trump, though. And then they moved to Shanghai Stock Exchange. So what are we seeing here? PetroChina may sell natural gas projects in Australia and oil sands in Canada to stem, now they're saying, to stem losses and divert funds to more lucrative sites in the Middle East, Africa, and Central Asia. That's what people with knowledge of the matter say. Now, I can tell you one thing. PetroChina, they made the biggest profit last year. I don't know what it was. It was like 11 billion. Now, if there's one thing PetroChina doesn't need to do, that is to offload lucrative projects that they already have, reserves that they have, in order to go and invest somewhere else. Now, they got lots of cash. But what are they saying here? So they're lying a little. The plan follows a similar strategic shift by smaller state peer. It's another Chinese oil and gas company, which was preparing to exit its operation in Britain, Canada, and the US. And here we go. Now, this is true. Because of concerns, the assets could become subject to Western sanctions. You see, let's see if they're going to write that. Anyway, so the sales they are following after PetroChina's global portfolio began last year. So already last year they kind of started. And this is the reason that I'm going to say driven by the essence. Yeah, they are scared, and they're scared of fear of US sanctions. And reason being is that the US have actually come out and, kind of told China that they don't like if China will keep, trading with Russia. And if they will buy natural resources from Russia, that China could face similar sanctions as Russia. So that's why, China's kind of reacting on that, right? So let's say, meanwhile, while Iran holds the world's second largest gas reserves, they have applied to join the BRICS group of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And so I do think what we are kind of seeing is the world, I mean, I fear that this is where we're going. We're seeing the world being more divided. We are seeing these two camps of the West versus the East. And I think it is becoming more and more clear. I've said many times, and not many people look at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. They always look and think it's Russia against NATO. No, I do not think. And the reason being is it's obviously economic, right? It's financial. We will see, what is it? They say my enemy's friend is my friend. My friend's enemy is my friend, or whatever it is. And it really goes that we are seeing the world kind of being divided. It's not a good thing. I'm a man of love and peace. I know you are too. And all this war is a bad thing. But it will have further implications on the economy. And also, let's see, for that matter, how much on the crypto industry. That's kind of it from today. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I am trying to do these streams a little bit shorter, so let me know if you enjoyed that. Any questions? Persian Empire, brother. Don't sleep on Kylan. It will 100x in the next bull run. I think you're right. $1 Million Man, Ted DB Aussie. Tiger Man, why will Kylan do 100? No, I mean, we have also made a video on Kyling. I like to call it Kyling. I have big faith in Kyling. I think exactly like $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase there, he's saying, it's gonna do good. FTX token will do what Binance token did. I don't know enough of that. And oh yeah, Shahid is right. And remember, everything I say and do here is not financial advice, right? You do your own research and I do mine. Galileo. I love that name. I just can't always pronounce it. Good evening to you. Colorful roll. ASOS doing well today. Gotta look at that too. And I think that's it, guys. I hope it was okay for you guys. I really do. Not to make it too long. And another thing I also want to say, I remember, because now I'm also a little bit of a YouTuber, right? And after, I want to show you this here, because this is the fact that you are here is really amazing. We're looking at the weekly here chart of, let's go in and yeah, why not? Yeah. Back in 2017, okay, they don't even have it here. Okay, then let's go here. All I wanted to point out that when Bitcoin, after Bitcoin hit its high in 2017, 2018, it went. Yeah, let's look at this here, because it was amazing how it's down here. Yeah, so we can see here in 2017, 18, and then it just went down. Yeah, down, all the way down to 3,000 something. I can tell you, you cannot see it. Nobody wanted to talk. Yeah, when we were, getting up to the 20,000, everybody was talking about it. It was, wild times, party, crypto party everywhere. And then it then started going down. I mean, the media didn't write about it. You couldn't find any news about it at all. And I still kept my positions. And that's when I actually started to look on YouTube for crypto news. And then I found our good friend Ivan on Tech. And I think he's not doing so much anymore, but I think he's absolutely amazing. And what he really did was, at a time when mainstream media didn't talk about it, when Sister Shelly and Brother Jamal also didn't want to know about or talk about crypto, he really, gave an insight that crypto is coming, blockchain is coming. And that's also what I want to tell you guys. It is coming. That you are here right now. Don't get demotivated. Now is the time to educate yourself. Now is the time to average in. And I guarantee you, you're going to be laughing and enjoying. And that's all I got to say about that. Now, so yeah, that's it. And today, before we always end, I like to put in a motivational video. But these days, I think it's more important that you educate yourself about geopolitics. So I want to show you the comparison video between the Shanghai Cooperation Organization versus NATO. Take care, and don't forget, I love you.